In this video here, you're going to learn how to set up your Google Shopping campaign in your Google Ads account. Before doing what's in this video, you're going to need to have set up your product feed and your Google Merchant Center account. If you haven't done this or you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to the description. I'll leave a link to the videos on how to set up your product feed and your Google Merchant Center account. They'll teach you everything you need to know before going through the rest of this video. Okay, first open up our Google Ads account. If you haven't created a Google Ads account yet, make sure to go to ads.google.com and go through the steps of creating an account. I do have a video that shows you how to create a Google Ads account. I'll leave a link to that down below. Once we're looking at the Google Ads dashboard, I want to go to all campaigns, and be viewing all my campaigns here. I'm then going to click this button here and go new campaign. On this page, you'll be asked for the objective of your campaign. This is Google's method of providing a guided setup to make it easier for people that don't know very much. At this point, and with my videos, you should know a whole lot more than other advertisers out there. So we're going to set up our campaign without a goal, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. It's going to ask for our campaign type. I'm going to click on shopping. It's then going to ask us about our conversion goals. If you haven't yet set up your conversion tracking for Google Ads, I recommend doing that right now. I've got a whole video on how to set this up with analytics for your Shopify store. Check the link down below. Next, we'll see that Google Merchant Center is connected to Google Ads and our feed is coming through. Select the country where you're going to be selling these products. If you want to create this shopping campaign for the US, then make sure the US is there. Here, we see the options for a smart shopping campaign or a standard campaign. We're going to be setting up a standard campaign. This is exactly what I recommend. If you go through our free Google Shopping course, I show you how to set this up, optimize and scale these campaigns. So check out those videos too, but let's click this for now and then click continue. You're now going to be asked to name your campaign. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a name as long as it's as descriptive enough for you to remember what the campaign is. In this example, I want to set up a campaign for men's wallets. So I like to put my initials at the start, then add the campaign type, then finish with what products are being sold. There are reasons that I do this. My initials are to indicate that I created it, which can be useful if you have multiple people accessing the account. The campaign type is so that I know what it is quickly, and I can reference it in some advanced scripts that we'll go over in a future video. And of course, it's always good to know the products that are being sold from the campaign. But there really is no right or wrong way to name your campaigns as long as it works for you. Moving on, we now have additional settings. I don't see these options used very often, but let's take a look at them. The inventory filter allows you to limit which products are accessible to the campaign. For example, I could select custom label 0 because I know I've applied my product categories to this field when I set up the feed. And then I can select wallets. I can further expand the filter by clicking and here and then select custom label 1 to which I've applied my product colors. So I can make sure that this campaign only has black wallets in it. This is just one example. It's much more advanced, but if it's your first time setting up a shopping campaign, I don't recommend doing this at all. Just keep this in mind for future use. Next, we'll see local products. If you have a local product feed that you want to include in the campaign, then this is where you do it. For most of you guys watching this right now, this isn't going to be very relevant. Next, we have campaign URL options, which is an advanced topic related to tracking. If you need to apply settings to your campaign, you can always do it after the campaign is set up. So let's skip this. It's much more advanced and not necessary for most of you guys out there. Okay, next we have bidding. You're shown here different options for your bidding strategy. 1 manual and 2 automated. The manual CPC option tells Google that you will set and adjust your own bids. You can also complement the manual CPC with Google's enticingly named enhanced CPC, also known as eCPC. What this means is that if you bid, say $1, but Google thinks that your ad has a good chance of leading to a sale, then it might raise the bid to $2. However, if Google thinks the likelihood of the sale is relatively poor, then it might lower the bid to say 10 cents. Overall, Google will try to average out to your manually input bid of $1 over time though. You can choose for Google to optimize for conversions, simply mean to getting as many orders as possible regardless of the revenue, or you can select optimize for conversion value, meaning to get as much revenue as possible. If you have products that vary greatly in price, and this does make a difference. Looking at the automated bidding strategies, first we have target ROAS. This setting asks Google to shoot for a return on ad spend that you set. If you calculated your break-even ROAS in one of the previous videos that I've made, you'll have an idea of what to put here. It can be a balancing act. If you shoot too high, Google's algorithms will bring very little activity as it doesn't think the traffic is likely going to lead to the goal. And of course, you don't want to shoot too low and lose money. It's a case-by-case basis and you'll have to decide for yourself. And don't worry, you can adjust it later. Finally, we have the maximize clicks option. The explanation's the name here. You're simply asking Google to send you as much traffic as possible. This often isn't a great choice because you really do want to have quality traffic for your store. But where it can be useful is if you're seeking exposure for your site and your products. Perhaps you're looking to show your brand to as many people as possible. Now, in the rest of the videos in my free course, which this video is a part of, we show you how to do everything on a manual basis. We recommend setting it with manual CPC, with enhanced CPC, optimizing your campaign until you have 50 to 100 conversions, and then testing out a target ROAS strategy. So let's keep this as manual CPC for now with the enhanced CPC enabled. I'm also going to adjust this to optimize for conversion value. Next, we have the budget. I'm going to start here with about $50 per day. This really depends on your goals. At the start of your campaign, I recommend setting it to between $30 to $50 per day. Depending on how much you pay for clicks, this is going to limit the volume of clicks you get per day. If you set it for something like 200 to 500, you're going to get a lot of clicks. And as you're learning how to optimize your campaigns, there's just going to be too much data for you to optimize and you're going to actually waste a lot of money. I recommend capping your budgets $30 to $50 per day, get your campaigns profitable, and then increase your budgets. Now we see campaign priority. You only want to use this when you have multiple campaigns showing the same products in the same locations. Now, this is an advanced strategy that I only suggest when you're feeling more comfortable and familiar with shopping ads. A big mistake that beginners make is they try and do a multi-campaign structure from the start. This spreads out your traffic across multiple campaigns, so you have to spend a lot more money to actually optimize. I recommend starting with one campaign on manual, follow my videos, optimize from there, and then only explore other strategies once you dial in that first campaign. Keep this as default right now. If you only have one shopping campaign, this setting does nothing, so keep it on default. Moving on to the targeting section, we see the additional networks that Google has us appearing in by default. While there's no one-size-fits-all advice to give here, I will tell you that most professionals choose to uncheck both of these boxes. The performance and return are often quite low relative to simply showing your ads on Google. The caveat here is that if you're thinking of this campaign as branding and simply want to be seen for as many people as possible. I've done hundreds of audits on campaigns showing on other networks, and only once have I ever seen a network outperform Google. So at the start, when you're just trying to get profitable, turn these off. Next, we have this section for devices. For some reason, Google doesn't allow us to change anything here. However, if you decide to adjust your bids or completely exclude a device such as mobile phone, tablets, or computers, you can do that after the campaign setup. We have a full video on doing bidding adjustments. I'll leave a link to that video down below. Next, we have locations, and we see the country we selected at the start here as the default. Opening up the location options, there are target and exclude settings. Something you absolutely want to remember is not to use the default here. Change your target setting to presence, people in or regularly in your target locations. This restricts Google to only showing your ads in the country you're actually targeting. Moving on, you can set the start and end dates for your campaign. If you only want to let the campaign run for a selected period, this is where you set it up. Next, Google wants you to insert your first ad group name to get started. Since I want to start with my most popular wallet first, I'm going to call this Bilford Wallets. Keep in mind that at the beginning, all the products that are accessible to this campaign will automatically be live in this ad group, and you'll be able to narrow them down as you like after creating the campaign itself. We're going to be doing this in the next video anyway, link is going to be below. And finally, we have the cost per click bid that you want to set. A typical starting point is $1, but you'll soon learn best what bid is right for you. This is setting the default bid that will be applied to your products at the start. You can then adjust those bids in the campaign. We have a full video on optimizing the bidding for your manual shopping campaign. That's going to be below, and it's one of the next videos in our free course. Once you're ready, click create campaign, and you're now live. That's how we create our Google Shopping campaign. In the next video, we're going to be diving deeper into that campaign to learn how to segment our products so we can do our bidding process. If you're watching this video on YouTube, this video is actually part of our free Google Shopping course on our website. It's 100% free with no sign up required. It shows you how to set up, optimize, and scale your shopping campaigns to make more sales for your e-commerce store. I'll leave a link down below. Go and check it out. But if this video here has been useful, please give it a like and let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.